Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. We are at the campground. We have a RV faucet that was making a squeaking sound. I already tore it apart, fixed it, but the video didn't turn out, so I gotta go back through and redo it all over again. So what we had was, when we turned this, you'd hear a squeaking sound. So we know we have to tear it apart and put some lubricant on the O-ring. This is also, if you have a faucet that is slightly dripping, this will also help fix that too. So the first thing that we're going to do, we got to get the handles off to get down to the valve itself. Now there's two different styles. A lot of times there'll be like a cap up here. You can pop the cap off and get to the screw, or this one has an insert. Basically, you just take something flat, push that in and pull up. Now reveal that right there. That's your little push thing. There's your little push button. So then you got your Phillips screw right in here. So you just turn that lefty loosey. So go ahead and pop that up out of there. Then you'll have a retainer nut right here. So you just take a pair of vice grips or pliers or something, just give it a little turn, loosen that, that'll come off. Then you can either, you might be able to take your hand and pull on that, or just slightly put a little pressure on it right there and just give it a little wiggle as you're pulling upward. As you're pulling up, and this whole thing will come out. So what's causing that squeaking is this O-ring right here is dry. It doesn't have no lubricant on it. So what you'll do is get, plumber's grease. Basically it's the silicone grease. You cannot put Vaseline on it or any petroleum base, because petroleum will eventually deteriorate the O-ring and you'll have to replace it. Silicone grease is what you want. So what we'll do is, I'll go ahead and do that again. Just put a little bit on there. You ain't got to kick it on, just a little bit. And just put a little bit down here on the bottom, and I'll show you why on that. Because if you look down inside there, you'll see an O-ring. Now, if you have a faucet that is just dripping, a lot of times what happens is this inside builds up with calcium, and it will build up on that O-ring too, and that's what allows it for the pressure to leak through, and it goes in that little cavity right there and runs over and up and drips out. So what we're just going to do, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of lube on the bottom of that too, and then we'll just go through, push it all back in. Now this riser part here, you want to make note of that when you take it off, because if you put, it will go both ways. It will actually sit right there too, but what happens when you put your handle back on, your hand will be sitting like this. So make sure that you put it back on the same way you take it off. Take your nut, go ahead and screw that back on. Just hand tighten it. You don't have to put it on super tight. All that's doing is keeping your valve from coming out. Now inside here, if you look, there's a D shaft in there, and there's a D shaft on here. So basically it'll just all line up. That drops back in. Put your screw in, so find the hole. So line that up with that. Not quite, off just a little bit. Gotta make sure that that locking pin drops right back in there. If it doesn't, you're just a tooth off. Well, I'm saying you're a tooth off, you see how there's gears in there? Or teeth in there? Them teeth actually sit right in here. So you just gotta play with it until you get it lined up. And then it just drops back in. So make sure that's on there. And there you go. So there's an easy way, quick little way for you to fix a dripping sink, or if it's also making a squealing sound or a squeaking sound. Hope you found this video informative. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. We do RV maintenance and RV repair stuff along with other things too. So if you're looking for a jack of all trade channel, this is the channel you want to be looking for. Okay, I thank you. Bye.